little lower. So,
Georgette Dubois,
111 Price Avenue, thank you for the reminder, yes. What I'm going to read into the record is my response to a request from the Planning Commission that I received. So I'm going to read that first, because otherwise this is not going to make a whole lot of sense. So, this was sent on February 15th to me, and it reads, Georgette, you have a polemic style that's been effective over the last couple of years at encouraging the council to operate in the spirit of openness that we all desire. The current council reflects a different attitude about transparency than would have been observed just a few years ago, and you certainly deserve some of the credit for this. But at the council meeting of February 3rd, you included in your remarks an allegation that unspecified members of the Narberth Planning Commission had somehow benefited financially from their positions and from votes that had been taken on matters officially before them, or had voted in such a way as to intentionally benefit others. A verbatim transcription of your remarks included the following, obtained through a right-to-know request. So this is a quote of what I said at that meeting. I have a really meta question about how it's determined who's on the Planning Commission when it appears that currently there are people on the Commission, people who have been on the Commission who benefit financially from decisions that are made about things like that. And I was referring to the $250,000 terrace that's going to be built on the library. It's more than that, but that was the contractor's bid was around that. About things like that and other things as well, property owners and all. So I don't know who looks at that and says, okay, what are these people doing on a planning commission where their votes can benefit, if not themselves, if they recuse themselves, can benefit their buddies. So I think that's really important, and I'm hearing a lot of people ask questions with regard to that. And then the rest of the letter from Jim Cornwell reads, these are serious allegations with no basis in fact that I know of. When spoken in public and in the presence of the press and later disseminated in a video post on Facebook, they assault the reputations of all of us who have spent lifetimes establishing and maintaining sterling reputations in our professional, civic, and personal lives. Unproven, your words are slanderous. In actuality, the Planning Commission has been careful to avoid conflicts of interest and has been scrupulous in observance of recusals whenever there might be the slightest perception of self-interest. No backroom dealing, no preferential treatment for buddies. Accordingly, I ask on behalf of all 7 Planning Commission members that you either substantiate your allegations with demonstrable fact, or that you retract them at the next public meeting of the Borough Council, the caucus meeting on Wednesday, March 9th. So, this is my response. Dear Jim and members of the Planning Commission, I am responding to Jim Cornwell's email requesting on behalf of the Planning Commission, I'm going to abbreviate that as PC, it's just
we're coming to the end.
Okay, well, I'm going to read through my response. Thank you. Yeah, requesting on behalf of the PC that I retract my comment and question made at the February 3rd meeting. Fortunately, we have a transcript and a video recording of that meeting in which you perceive that I was making, quote, slanderous allegations. And so then I just have in there what I actually said. To quote Jim, in the spirit of openness that we all desire, it would be very helpful for the PC to clarify for the public the professional fees, if any, that have been paid to PC members during the time they have served or will be paid to them for planned or proposed projects. I realize that this is public information which any resident can request, but it may be most effective for the PC to demonstrate how it, quote, has been careful to avoid conflicts of interest and has been scrupulous in observance of recusals whenever there might be the slightest perception of self-interest. End quote. As we enter this new era of communicative and transparent government in Narberth, I ask that you share this information to help educate all of us about the important workings of the Planning Commission, to which you have devoted innumerable hours of time and expertise. With respect and appreciation, Georgette Dubois. And I have a response from Jim, but I'm not going to read that because if Jim wants to share his response with the meeting, he can do that. Thanks.
Thank you, Georgette.